edition of the Reality of Wrestling right here on Fight TV. I'm Matt Topolski alongside Brad Gilmore for The Row. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Latin heartthrob Gino, the youngest heavyweight champion in professional wrestling history, defends his title against the precision tactician Rex Andrews. It's our main event, Brad Gilmore.
It might be the biggest match in reality of wrestling history. You talk about dream matches, we're going to see one tonight. But in our opening contest, the bounty hunter Brian Keith tries to cross another name off his list. He goes one-on-one with Chad Skywalker in the best 2 out of 3. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match to start off the action here this week on The Row.
Introducing first, from Little 5 Points District, Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 185 pounds, Chad Skywalker!
Well, we are getting the action started this week on The Row, and perhaps the most important show we have ever seen here at the Reality of Wrestling, because of what hangs in the balance later tonight, the Reality of Wrestling Championship between Rex Andrews and Gino. And we're getting it kicked off with a best 2 out of 3 falls, Brad Gilmore, between Chad Skywalker and Brian Keith.
I've got a bad feeling about this, Matt Topolski. You doing an Instagram Live?
Well, Chad Skywalker apparently wanting to capture each and every moment that he's here at the Reality of Wrestling, because Brian Keith will do everything he can to make sure this is his last match.
Greens Point, Texas, weighing in at 220 pounds, Brian Keith.
Well, here he comes, the Cruiserweight Cowboy, Brian Keith, from 205 Live to the World Gym Arenas in the house. It has been a big couple of weeks for the former Reality of Wrestling television champion, and the bounty hunter will put it all on display this week in this best 2 out of 3 falls match.
Brian Keith has always been one of the most popular stars we have here in reality wrestling, for good reason. The people love him.
You know, I've never seen Brian Keith bring a smartphone to the ring. He's brought quite a few bounties, which he burns afterwards, after successfully capturing them. Chad Skywalker and Brian Keith had some words between each other leading to this moment. This week on The Row, this best 2 out of 3 falls matchup between two incredible young and up-and-coming talents. Buckle in for an action-packed and exhilarating week of action here on the Reality of Wrestling. The Row Championship up for grabs. We're going to see Abel Andrew Jackson, Rob Barnes, and Bartek in action later tonight against that controversial referee, Ray Cantu, and of course the tag team champions, Zach and Warren. Right now, it's the best 2 out of 3 falls.
Brian Keith recently made the rounds here in Texas, and he actually appeared on 205 Live, Matt Topolski, against former WWE Cruiserweight champion TJP.
He did indeed. Brian Keith making his WWE Network debut on 205 Live. And his resume, quite frankly, speaks for itself. You know, for those of you who are new to the Reality of Wrestling, Brian came when he was 12 years old at the Pasadena Convention Center. And roughly 10 years later, almost to that day, in the same building at the Pasadena Convention Center, inside a steel cage, he captured his first Reality of Wrestling television championship. What a story is the Cruiserweight Cowboy, Brian Keith.
Yeah, you're right. He actually snuck out of the house that day against his parents' wishes. May have boosted a car to get to the show.
He did, and they told Booker T on that day, one day soon I will work for you. Certainly dreams can come true.
mainstays here in reality wrestling. Former television champion, one of the longest reigning television champions of all time here in reality wrestling. Also the man who can hold the title and the record of fastest kicks in the West, in the South, in the North, and in the East. There you go.
These two feeling each other out here in the early moments of this best 2 out of 3 Falls matchup.
Brian Keith with the educated feet. Most of the time they have a mind of their own.
Chad Skywalker rolls through. Oh! And a dragon screw leg whip through the middle rope.
Getting applause from the Reality Wrestling Nation, outsmarting his opponent.
Brian Keith came to wrestle tonight.
Brian Keith goes to the outside.
Skywalker here. Oh! Brian Keith pulling him down.
Perhaps hurting his knee.
Well, definitely keeping Skywalker grounded is an excellent strategy for Brian Keith on another dragon screw leg whip here. Brian Keith early on looks like he's setting the table for two pinfalls to get the victory.
Brian Keith measuring him up. Oh! And a big kick right to the grill. And the bounty hunter.
Count up here to 8.
Bounty hunter treating his opponent like a farmhand. Or a rodeo clown, whichever one.
The gun looking for that rodeo DDT. Oh, and Chad Skywalker somehow hangs on. Standing switch reversal. No!
Brian Keith able to maintain position on the apron, not falling to the outside.
Chad Skywalker obviously trying to make a name for himself here at the Reality of Wrestling and certainly secure his position.
And wait a minute.
Looking for position on the apron. A rodeo DDT reversal here. Cover. 1, 2. He gets the first pinfall.
The winner of fall number 1, Brian Keith.
And Brad Gilmore, Brian Keith needs just one more fall to win this match.
Never tell me the odds, Matt Topolski, but Brian Keith with the win here would definitely cement his place again in that top 5 here in reality wrestling. Where is he in the top 5? He's somewhere. And here we go, the beginning of fall number 2. Brian Keith now just picking the scraps.
Cover again here. 2.
Oh my Lord, almost had it right there.
Brian Keith certainly in control and advantage here now. He can afford to make a mistake and still stay in this thing, but one more pinfall and it is over. Chad Skywalker, who tried to come in here tonight and make a name for himself against Brian Keith, is starting to find out that you got to take this a little bit more seriously. It's not all about Instagram filters in the reality of wrestling.
Bounty Hunter now trying to put his opponent to bed. Take him out to pasture, if you will. Wait a minute.
Inside cradle from Chad Skywalker. Kick out of 2. And a modified version of a stunner on the part of Chad Skywalker. But can he capitalize?
Brian Keith trying to mount an offense. His opponent has the advantage.
Well, Chad Skywalker, perched up there on that top rope, was attempting a high-risk maneuver of some sort in order to perhaps get back into this, and once again showboating, wasting time. And Brian Keith!
I don't know who got the worst of that one. Brian Keith goes for a pin here.
Cover.
Wait a minute.
Roll-up reversal here from Chad Skywalker, somehow gets the pin.
Winner of fall number 2, Chad Skywalker.
Brian Keith now and his opponent are tied at 1 fall apiece.
Well, we are in sudden death time right here.
Next pin or submission will win the match.
Chad Skywalker asking for a timeout there temporarily. And now the fastest kicks in the South, targeting those spaghetti legs.
A big right forearm to the face. Here we go. And a kick right to the midsection.
Chad Skywalker wants to go blow for blow with Brian Keith in the center of the ring. Perhaps it's the strategy that will lead him to the promised land here.
Brian Keith rolling to the outside. Brian Keith's opponent trying to get some momentum. Obviously, his right knee may be impaired. Brian Keith blocking a kick. Looks like he ate the second one. Brian Keith now to the outside.
Well, difficult to tell whether Chad Skywalker was playing possum there or not. Oh, and over the top to the outside.
Brian Keith now back in the ring.
Cover here. 1, 2.
And Brian Keith kicks out. Somehow, some way, getting the shoulder up.
Well, some innovative offense there from Chad Skywalker. It looked like he was too injured to stand just moments ago. Must have been a kick of adrenaline.
Maybe the force was on his side. As he climbs up to the top rope. And Brian Keith cuts his opponent off at the top rope.
Brian Keith looking for a top rope rodeo DDT, perhaps, Brad? Reversal here from Chad Skywalker. These two on no man's land here. Skywalker looking for it. Oh! That's gotta be all. Cover. 1, 2, 3.
In the match, Chad Skywalker.
Chad Skywalker digging down deep and finding a way to come back and get the win in this best 2 out of 3 falls match, despite giving up the first fall. Unique, sometimes unorthodox offense, and yet effective. Skywalker is victorious over Brian Keith.
Row Nation, I'm Ashley Bull, backstage here with the precision tactician, Rex Andrews. Now, Rex, tonight is the night in the main event. It's you versus Gino for the Reality of Wrestling Championship.
That sounds good, Ashley. And I'm feeling good. You know, it's just a few minutes away. This is about to go down, and, you know, I could talk some trash to Gino, I'm sure, but any deserving champion would be watching the monitor right now. I'm sure Gino's back there warming up just like I'm about to go do. You know, all this talk for the last few months, all this hype, this build-up, everything that we've done to get here, none of it really matters. When we step in the ring, it's man-to-man. All the past championships, all the past accomplishments, previous title defenses, none of that matters. Tonight, Ashley, we find out, one way or the other, who deserves to walk out with that championship. At the end of the night, Rex Andrews, the precision tactician, will be the new Reality Wrestling Champion.
Hey, it's Thomas, the security guy. What's up, man? How's it going?
How's it going, Mr. Blake?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. What did I tell you was gonna happen?
You said you're going to become television champion and have me fired. I was just doing my job, Blake. Come on. You know, I was following protocol.
What's this?
It says television champion.
It says what champion?
Television
The
champion.
key word here is what?
Television.
How many televisions? How many televisions?
I don't know, Blake. You
don't know. You don't know. Okay, whoa, hold on. But you could do your job kicking me out, but you don't know how many televisions I'm the champion of? I'm the champion of every single television in the world. All of them. Everywhere. In the malls, in Times Squares, at your grandma's house. I'm a champion of every single television on this planet, and now I'm going to do the next thing I said I was going to do. What was the next thing I said I was going to do after I became the champion of all television again?
You said you're going to have me fired. Blake, this ain't necessary, man. I was just doing my job. Come on. Blake, this ain't necessary.
See that? I'm King Petty. Remember that.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 440 pounds and 100 kilos, Rob Barnes, StarTech, and Abel Andrew Jackson.
Well, the incorporation, the beholders of expert tutelage, make their way to the World Gym Arena for six-man action.
And let's not forget how we got here, because strange days certainly are upon us. This all began because a former Reality of Wrestling official went on a suplex rampage on all three of these guys. One of the most shocking things I've ever seen.
And their opponents. Introducing first, at 120 pounds, Ray Cantu
show you where the plug is.
Rarely in the sport of professional wrestling you see something like this happen.
Right, you are Matt Topolski, a man who is a referee, is now in active competition here in reality wrestling. Very interesting, but hey, we also can't forget to point out, this is actually the first time that all members of this corporation have teamed together.
Ray Cantu is not just a former referee here at Reality of Wrestling. He's a former official by just a few weeks ago. You know, we've seen many professional athletes and sometimes sports entertainers that try and cross over from one sport to another, and some of them it takes 2 years for them to be able to adapt, and they still fail. Ray Cantu is trying to do it here in just a few weeks, Brad.
Well, definitely Matt Topolski. We're going to see if he can learn on the fly. I've heard of on-the-job training, and this is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, this is more like trial by fire. He actually gets started in there with Warren Johnson and StarTech. Series of arm drags there.
StarTech able to duck out of the way of that one.
He's locked from behind. Big drop kick there from one half of the Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, and boy, have they been on fire in recent weeks.
And a blind tag to Rob Barnes. Let's not forget, though, I mean, you might want to discount StarTech, Rob Barnes, and Abel Andrew Jackson, all former champions here in Reality Wrestling. Abel Andrew Jackson just losing his Reality of Wrestling television championship 2 weeks ago. And he was not even pinned or made to submit.
Well, I'm certainly not counting them out. I mean, each one of them in their own right
you
are
won't even call the
fantastic
man by his
professional
name.
athletes.
His name is StarTech.
I called him StarTech earlier.
You like man buns?
I'm not a fan.
I like the Booker T. Oh.
To each their own.
Zach Mason has to be the
Cover here. One. Kick out.
one of the most impressive athletes on our roster right now. We saw him almost win the tag team championships at one point by himself when his partner Warren Johnson was incapacitated. But it took both of them as a team. It took Warren and Zach to finally capture those Reality Wrestling Tag Team Championships from the Heavenly Body.
You know, and the comparisons continue to be made between this tag team and Harlem Heat. Many similarities. Cover here again. Kick out at 2. This is a young upstart tag team at the top of the tag team division in Reality of Wrestling right now, which is no easy task. The sky is the limit for these young men, and they've already accomplished so much in their young career. Now it's the wily veteran Abel Andrew Jackson, the former TV champion, who has to be seething after losing that title in a controversial finish in that three-way dance just a few weeks ago.
I'm sure he's going to make his opinions known on the matter, but I'm just kind of impressed that the three of these guys, the incorporation, if you will, are able to coexist. I mean, they've done it for this long. It's very impressive. You have 3 different types of egos, 3 different types of performers, 3 different types of viewpoints. And they've been able to make it last for this long.
Oh, look at this excellent tag team wrestling from the tag team champs. Warren Johnson on top. Kick out. Well, there is one trait that all 3 of them have in common, Brad Gilmore, and that's they're all out for themselves. So at least they have something in common.
Well, StarTech, a little frustrated, walked right into that arm drag from Warren Johnson.
And so far, it has been the tag team Andrew Jackson still waiting for that moment. Still waiting for the moment. Is perhaps now the moment when we get to see the former official come through the curtain, walk through the ropes, and now, he is a professional wrestler in the row. Oh, here we go.
That amateur background from Ray Cantu. StarTech can't break it.
Ray Cantu here. Arm drag from the former official. A few weeks ago, he was wearing a striped shirt. Tonight, a singlet, and an opportunity to perhaps get the first W of his career as a professional wrestler. Jack Mason charging up into the corner. Looking for that big body splash reversal here from StarTech. And one half of the tag team champions takes a heel directly to the face. Tag, and here comes the Aussie Rob Barnes. Reversal here. Zach Mason powers through. Double Irish whip. Abel Andrew Jackson holds on to his partner there. A little expert tutelage on display from Double AJ. Keeping Rob Barnes in it. Cover here, center of the ring. 1, 2. Warren Johnson gets that shoulder.
Abel Andrew Jackson, StarTech, putting the boots to Zach Mason on the outside as Rob Barnes got his hands full, but is dominating, though, right now, Warren Johnson.
Johnson, like a human missile to the outside. Rob Barnes over the top as he tries to take advantage now. Oh my! A cross body to the outside on top of the tag team champions. The only person left standing is Rob Barnes.
Wait a minute. Ray Cantu off the crossbody.
Well, I've heard of flying squirrels, but flying referees?
I think he's much more than a referee now. Ray Cantu throws Rob Barnes back in the ring, and here comes Warren Johnson. This could be all right here.
Johnson ducks underneath. Big neck breaker on Rob Barnes. Cover here. Lateral press. He hooks both legs. I'll kick out at 2.
Wait a minute. Zach Mason getting pulled off the apron. So is Ray Cantu.
By any means necessary. Rob Barnes, StarTech, and Abel Andrew Jackson staying in this match. Now they have cut the ring in half. They are going to work on Warren Johnson and Zach Mason and Ray Cantu barely getting back to their feet in the corner. The former TV champion with a tilt-a-world suplex there.
1, 2.
Could be it. Kick out again. Boots to Warren Johnson here. Now a short arm clothesline turns one half of the tag team champions inside out, folds him in half, goes for the pin. Now Rob Barnes methodically breaking down Warren Johnson, who has been in there for a long time now, attempting to stave off the attack of 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3. Don't go anywhere because still to come the main event. Rex Andrews, Gino, the reality of wrestling championship, the most anticipated matchup in Raw history. Warren Johnson, desperation drop kick. that swing vote. Oh! Finds an STO for his troubles. Blind tag, here comes Ray Cantu. I think Rob Barnes can't believe what he's seeing. Ray Cantu. Look at those drop kicks. Look at that elevation, Brad. Cross body. Ray Cantu, pure electricity in there. Put him away here. Oh, my goodness. That's got to be all double team move. Broken up by Warren Johnson. The anarchy in there continues.
Ray Cantu throwing Rob Barnes and Abel Andrew Jackson.
Ray Cantu looking for it here. He was looking for a suplex. Oh! Rob Barnes inadvertently thrown into a spear. A spear from StarTech, and Rob Barnes is out. StarTech is out of here, and Ray Cantu, oh my! Looking to take Rob Barnes to Suplex County, and he got him! Well, the tag team champions and their new BFFs, former Reality of Wrestling official, make good on their promise. They are victorious. Don't go anywhere, folks. The Reality of Wrestling Championship is next.
Just been a couple bands and I brought some more with me. I got some more with me. Just been a couple bands and I got some more with me. Hey, catch a buzz. I need a buzz quick. Hey, give me love. Or get the money, give me high.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ashley Bull, backstage here with the Reality of Wrestling champion, Gino. Now, Gino, after weeks of exchanging comments, you finally get to defend your Reality of Wrestling championship against Rex Andrews. What is your preparation heading into that match?
My preparation doesn't include sparring with rookies. I'll tell you that. You see, I saw what you did, Rex. I saw you over there sparring with a rookie. And Rex, I'm no rookie. I'm the 3-time Reality of Wrestling champion. You're looking at the kid that came here at 18 years old and put this company on his back and has been carrying it ever since. Rex, you haven't been in the position that I've been here at the Reality of Wrestling. I've beaten them all. I'm beating Giants, beating Eddie Cristiano, Evan Snow, Ryan Davison, you name it. And Rex, tonight, I'll show you why you're nothing but hype. So you are, Rex. You're taking arms, but you can't take the title away from me. And Rex, if I can't beat you for this championship, well, perhaps I don't deserve to be el campeón.
Tonight's episode of The Row is brought to you by Walker Texas Lawyer at WalkerTexasLawyer.com. Hilton Furniture, let them have it. Quality Blinds, go to QualityBlindsLLC.com for free shipping anywhere in the USA. And the king of solar screens, home of the $50 any size solar screen. Welcome back to the Reality of Wrestling right here at the World Gym Arena in Texas City, Texas. Matt Topolski alongside Brad Gilmore for The Row, and we want to welcome everyone who's coming in right now and thank everyone who's been here from the beginning. We're streaming live on Facebook, and our main event is for the Reality of Wrestling Championship. Brad Gilmore, you can't package this any other way. This is a gift because this is a matchup that could headline any pay-per-view anywhere in the world. But we're going to have it next for the Reality of Wrestling title, Gino and Rex Andrews. A resume for these two. It's incredible.
I mean, you're talking about the youngest heavyweight champion in wrestling history, Gino. He's won the Reality Wrestling Championship 3 separate times. Then you talk about Rex Andrews. He's won the television championship. He's been the Texas champion. He's going to try to go for that triple crown here tonight. It's a dream match. It's a big match. It's the Game 7. It's the World Series. It's the Super Bowl. It is Gino versus Rex Andrews for the very first time, and it's going down right this second.
And we have to remind everyone how Rex Andrews got here. He won the last man stand match, defeating all of those other competitors, and had an opportunity to choose any championship that he wanted. I believe, in my heart, it wasn't just about that championship. It was about him choosing Gino, for him to finally prove to himself that he is the best in reality of wrestling.
Well, Gino would be that litmus test, but Rex Andrews has been saying that he feels that Booker T's been protecting Gino throughout the last several months, years even, and we're going to see if Rex Andrews can climb the mountaintop and be the man at the very end of the night standing.
Well, we're not going to waste any more time. The Reality of Wrestling Championship is up for grabs between two of the most decorated athletes in the history of this company. We take you up to the ring for our main event.
Reality of Wrestling Championship. Introducing first, from Dothan, Alabama, weighing in at 210 pounds, the precision tactician, Rex Andrews.
In the annals of history in combat sports, we've seen Joe Louis versus Max Schmeling, Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz, Lou Thez and Buddy Rogers. Could Rex Andrews and Gino be among those names someday in the record books? For my money, I say yes. This is your main event for the Reality of Wrestling Championship.
And his opponent, from Monterrey, Mexico, weighing in at 210 pounds, he is the Reality of Wrestling Champion, the Latin heartthrob, Gino.
What happens, Brad Gilmore, when two prodigies fulfill their destiny? What happens when two prospects become the superstars everyone believed they would? And then, eventually, destiny brings them face to face. This is the moment we are about to witness.
You're right, Matt Topolski. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps feeling it. I feel my blood pressure rising. This is going to be quite the contest, and I think that this is more than a dream for you, I, and the Road Nation. Imagine we never thought that we would really see. These two men were kept apart by Booker T intentionally.
And yet, somehow in the back of their minds, definitely the Road Nation, we all knew that someday this moment would come. And it is here. Reality of Wrestling Championship is up for grabs. Gino is a 3-time Reality of Wrestling champion. Rex Andrews is the most decorated champion in Raw history never to win the Reality of Wrestling Championship. He earned this opportunity by being the last man standing at the last stand, and had a chance to call his shot for any championship that he chose, and he chose the Reality of Wrestling Championship. But perhaps more importantly, he chose Gino. You can cut it with a knife.
This is an incredible sight to see, and a show of respect from both these guys. Both these men know what they've been able to accomplish. I think the mutual admiration and respect is there. Championship caliber athletes.
And it is impossible to predict what the future will hold for either one of these two. But I think it goes without saying that both of us can anticipate that if they stay on the trajectory that they have been on for the last few years, that they will be bona fide superstars in professional wrestling for a long time to come.
Absolutely, Matt Topolski. We've seen the rise of both of these guys. I mean, when Gino came into this company, he was 16 years old, trying to train to become a pro athlete. He was able to grasp this profession rather quickly. He was able to pick it up. It's in his blood. We know his father was a great champion in Mexico. Booker T saw something in Gino, he gave Gino an opportunity to prove it to him. And Gino became the youngest heavyweight champion in wrestling history. The youngest reality wrestling champion ever. The only 3-time reality wrestling champion. And then you talk about Rex Andrews, a man who held that television championship and was so dominant for so long. Booker T saw it fit to give this man his own championship, to create a new championship for Rex. That was the Texas Championship. Wait a minute, looking for an armbar early.
Well, as we get lost in the story here a little bit, we have to remember that these two athletes are in there setting the table for an epic encounter. You can see it right there as they are feeling each other out right now. Gino known more as a quick striker, if you will. He hits you with that scarlet letter, it's lights out, count to 100, he retains the championship. Rex Andrews, on the other hand, can beat you in a million different ways, and we've seen it time and time again.
Think about what's on the line. It's not only the reality wrestling championship. Both these men have to be thinking in the back of their head, who's better? Is it me or is it him? And I think even the championship is symbolic, obviously, of reaching the top here in reality of wrestling. But I think that championship will also be symbolic of the bragging rights and proving which man was truly better tonight.
Certainly, if it is on the back of the minds of these two athletes, it is on the minds of the Row Nation as well. Who is better? This is a thrilling encounter, folks.
You know, sometimes when you see those big fights in UFC, or you see the big boxing fights, a lot of times you know going in who's going to be the victor. When you see Floyd Mayweather on the card, you know he's probably going to pull out the win. But sometimes there are pick-em fights where you could flip a coin, or Vegas flips a coin. They have no idea. Your guess is as good as theirs. And I think the odds makers probably have this one in a dead even.
And this perhaps is, this is exactly what you are setting the table for. It is a coin flip. It means virtually, and feel free to disagree with me if you want to, that one mistake could cost either of these men this match.
Absolutely, 100%. The first man to take his eye off the ball, the first man to lose focus, the first man to let frustration sit in will lose his match.
Kick out at 2, Rex Andrews with that released Northern Lights suplex.
We got to see Rex Andrews, you know, not too long ago go into that sparring session here at the World Gym Arena and throw around one of the trainees, almost breaking his arm, and had some choice words for Booker T. Rex Andrews, of course, has said on numerous occasions he felt like Booker was protecting Gino. But now the governor has been taken off, if you will.
Well, and neither one of these athletes have had the easy path. I mean, we know the story of Gino losing his father early in his life. A tumultuous upbringing, if you will. He had to fight and scrape and scrap for every victory in life. The same is true of Rex Andrews in a lot of ways. Exiled from this company at one point to India, came back a more dangerous athlete than anyone could have anticipated, an incredible ambassador for reality of wrestling in Japan, and yet at the same time marches to the beat of his own drum. Rex Andrews is respected by a lot here in the Row Nation, but he's not trying to win a popularity contest. He's trying to be Row champion.
Absolutely, Matt Topolski. Oh, wait a minute. I mean, let's talk about Rex Andrews. I mean, you mentioned it in that last stand match. To be able to outlast 20 competitors, to be able to outlast guys like Marcellus Black.
Separate that shoulder from the socket.
Van Harrison.
Cover here again. 2 count off
even
that lateral
WCW
press.
legends like Disco Inferno, who's an incredible athlete in his own right. To be able to outlast all those guys, be the last one standing, and have infinite options. That's why this man has been a world champion, why he went to India, why he went to Japan. He has to test himself, to prove to himself, as well as all of the spectators of this great sport, he's the best.
Rex Andrews looking for an opening there on that arm. He's tested that right arm of Gino's a few times. And there you see it. Some early effects. Rex Andrews to the outside. And Gino connects flush. Look out, look out, look out.
Rex Andrews. Gino counters.
Oh, Gino had it scouted. Gino 100% had the blueprint for the reversal on that one.
And you can tell both of these men have done their homework, Matt Topolski. They've studied the tape. They've anticipated moves. Famous are on the apron there.
This is the quick strike with Gino I talked about earlier. As long as he has 2 good feet, he's got a chance.
Oh, wow. Face first goes Rex Andrews. Gino, though, still on the ground. Can't take advantage of that high impact.
Cover here.
Cover.
Here it is. 1 to retain. 2. Oh, my. Kick out at 2.5. You see just a few effects of that work that Rex Andrews has done on Gino's arm early on. Despite the fact that Gino is still in control of this matchup, will that injury linger? If it does, Rex Andrews has the window he needs to climb through and capture the title.
Absolutely, Matt. And here we go. The dueling Let's Go Gino, Let's Go Rex chance in the World Gym Arena.
Rex Andrews. Turn the table here.
There you go. That might have been the opening Rex Andrews needs.
Oh! Innovative suplex there from the challenger. Hooks the leg to win the Reality of Wrestling Championship. Another near fall.
Split second away, we would add a new champ.
Nearly 10 minutes into this matchup, and these 2 athletes have just now transitioned from the feeling out process to a little bit of deep water here. The blows are really starting to mean something now between Rex Andrews and Gino.
Rex now working on that arm. Wait, Gino rolls up.
Roll up here. 2. Each of these 2 attempting to exploit whatever weakness they can find, as difficult as it may be to find it, Brett.
Rex Andrews go for that Alabama slam. Gino holding on that top rope, Matt.
The Hurricane Rana reversal out of desperation from Gino.
Rex Andrews
Back to
right
the
here.
same spot once again. Rex Andrews rolling through here. Oh, this time he takes Gino's head off. If first you don't succeed, that's the moniker of Rex Andrews here to win the championship. Another near fall.
Neither one of these men wanting to let up. Neither one of these men will give up. Neither one of these men will quit. This should go to a time limit draw. Like in the days of Ricky Steamboat and the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Well, there are no time limits in the reality of wrestling. There must be a winner here tonight. There must be a winner. These 2 gladiators on one knee, exchanging blows, inflicting damage, inflicting punishment, dropping bombs on each other in there. Oh, there it is! There it is! Rex Andrews looking for that armbar! A jumping armbar, but can he split the fingers of Gino?
If he does, we might see a new road champ right here, right now, on Fight TV. Wait a minute. We are just as invested in this contest
This
as
is
all the fans
absolute
right now.
desperation here from Gino.
Wait a
Rex
minute.
Andrews hangs on. Scarlet Letter! Scarlet Letter! Center of the ring! Gino to retain the championship!
shoulder up.
These two athletes were intertwined in chain wrestling on top of chain wrestling. Rex Andrews thought with that jumping armbar that he had reached the promised land, only to be met with a scarlet letter and then a kick out with a hair to go.
What's going through the head of Gino right now? He looked at Rex Andrews in complete shock after Rex was able to kick out of the scarlet letter. One man will win. One man will lose. Only one man can walk out the Reality of Wrestling champion.
These two are perched on that top turnbuckle, but they might as well be in a bunker right now because this is exactly what's happening. They are battling in the trenches, Brad Gilmore, for the biggest prize in the Reality of Wrestling. Looking for that scarlet letter again. But Gino may have injured himself in the process.
Looking for a scarlet letter off the top rope. Rex Andrews.
Oh, and Rex Andrews with that arm
He's got an arm. Does he have it locked in? Rex Andrews had that arm bar locked in. The referee got to a count of 4. Rex had to break the hole.
Well, Rex had to break the hole because he was using the rope. But even if that arm bar wasn't cinched in 100%, he was using that metal cable that's inside the rope. And it very well may have separated the shoulder of Gino.
But Rex definitely made sure he let go before that count of 5 because of disqualification. He is not the champion. He's not going to let his first opportunity be squandered.
Well, let me tell you something right now. You cannot beat Rex. Oh, that was a low blow! That was a low blow from Gino.
What was that?
The case, you got to ask yourself the question, how can Gino look at himself in the mirror after all he's accomplished and all he's been through to defend that title for a match of this stature to end this way with a low blow?
Hey, Matt, sometimes when you feel boxed in, when you feel like you're in a corner, you do things to maintain. Gino with a desperation maneuver. Maybe it was intentional, maybe it was out of frustration. I mean, I don't know. I can't get in the mind of El Campeon, but he is just that. By DQ, Rex is not champion. Gino remains the road title.
A shocking development. And certainly not something that any of us expected. And I wonder if Gino even expected that of himself. Still, your Reality of Wrestling champion, Gino, but not without a ton of controversy.